Okay, welcome back to class, everyone. I'm going to address something that was concerning what we talked about last time, and the reason why one of our days was canceled in class. So I have more information. I don't know if it's been distributed to everybody at this time. But I went to a meeting where now instructors, as instructors, we know more and we can start to share the information. Basically, what happened with the threat was there was a online forum where the QC code, where people were putting in their contest for the eatery, was put on some open forum that went everywhere. And this was a malicious forum where there were a lot of trollers on this. And so they took the opportunity to use that to troll. And as it turns out, a lot of it they was just computer generated. It was like a computer that was generating trolls, the troll comments, because there was a massive amount that was delivered within like a 5-hour period. And so they knew something was wrong. The college knew something was wrong, but they weren't able to get a hold of the person immediately in order to evaluate it. So just as a precaution of the 0.0001% that any of it might have been a real threat, that's why they sent out the messages. And they're learning from it. As I listened to the individuals whose shoulders this fell on, they had some really tough moments. For example, they said, for one, we were trying to get communication out, and then like 10, 11 News and all the news stations kept on calling constantly, plus instructors and staff and students, were calling. So they just became so overwhelmed with everything going on that the messages, they said, the communication did not come out in the way that they intended, and they didn't want it to seem like it was more than it was, which ended up happening with the news. It ended up sounding like there was more than there was to it. But also there's pending an investigation because they're trying to track where this came from. But they just have a lot of reason to believe that it was a computer. These were computer generated trolling. So hopefully, I don't know if any of you have heard that yet. Okay, so I need to keep you updated on that. Hopefully that helps you feel a little more secure about the situation. But they're still investigating it, and then they're going to be doing more things. This class was talking about security, having more security. They're going to be doing things to...
Will we still going to that forum on Friday then? That you talked about on Monday?
Yes, yeah. So the forum on Friday, this is regarding, so a lot of the information, they just said it was just mean, homophobic type of comments, just political stuff. And so the forum on Friday is a great way to just demonstrate how to communicate things where you have different views on others in a healthy, productive way. So yeah, we'll still go ahead and go to that. Thanks for asking that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have any questions or comments at this time?
So they still have no idea who did it?
They think it's a computer.
Like a
computer
somebody
program.
Okay, but like somebody didn't like start that.
Somebody has to start that. You're right. And then it sounds like the computer, because they said that messages that came in, they would come in like pieces. So they had to figure out what they were saying also. So it would be like part of a sentence, and then there'd be other things, and then another part of a sentence later on. So it was very messy.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense, because the only thing that really freaked me out about the whole situation is like how extensive it was. Like if somebody really took the time to send in like 400 different messages, like that kind of worries me. But
well, essentially they did, because they had a program.
Yeah, but
somehow.
like if you took the time out of your day and just sat there and like typed or sent out each one of those, like instead of using the program.
Okay, but
know it's still.
Essentially, he typed it, and then he typed a program for it, so he went that, like, extra mile, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. May not even be somebody in this area. That's the other thing, that they said this campus just because the handout or the QC code was here, but they actually never said the word SEC. They didn't say, there were certain things that they're like, they didn't say SEC, but there was the word shooting, and there was today's date, and that's, or not today's date, 1/31, the date that, you know, a lot of people didn't come in. So that clarified a lot, just to listen to it, and I just saw how they tried to make it right when they were so overwhelmed. But the one thing that they have learned is that they need a different protocol in place in order to, maybe we were too relaxed. So I guess upcoming more security, different measures are going to be taken, communication is going to be different. And so they're just working to put that together. So I hope that helps you feel a little more secure with correct information. When I read the news, it was exaggerated.
Yeah, it was kind of, on the school part, it was kind of stupid that they just left it open for anyone to access it. Like, what Logan said Monday is, they should have had it where you can type in your, like, student ID, but that still remains anonymous, so, I mean, because that probably wouldn't have happened if they had that system in place.
Yeah, and that's what they said, that's never gonna happen again. They're never gonna have that